Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura, also known as Butterfly Stitches 83 over on Instagram, and this is my little area of the internet where we talk all about cross stitch. And today is a little Flosstube extra where I'm going to do my 2026 plans and new starts. So yeah, I've got quite a few. I recently went through and reviewed last year's video to see how well I'd done, and actually I'd done all right. I think there's only maybe 4 that I didn't get to, so I'm quite pleased with that. But yeah, so we'll see how I get on this year. Some of them are fully kitted up, some of them are just patterns, some of them are partly kitted up. So yeah, bear with me because these are my projects for the whole year going forward. So they're not all perfect at the moment. I've got my trusty Stitchers Almanac journal, fantastic stitching journal, absolutely everything you might ever need for your stitching tracking. I actually did a little mini review of it during one of my Flossmas videos. I can't remember which day, so I will find that and put that down below in case you want to go and look at that and you didn't look at Flossmas in general. But it's brilliant, and it has this wonderful section, New Start Register, which is what I'm using currently to track all of my new starts. So I'm going to crack on because otherwise this video will be very, very long. So the first new start is one that I've wanted to start basically ever since I got it back in the summer, but I resisted. So this is a kit. It's one of the Broderie and Colour boxes from Tom & Lily Creations, and it was the one that was designed by Yasmin Made with Love, and it's Flamingo Rose. A little bit. So pretty. Really beautiful kit, really beautiful clear chart. In fact, I'm going to show you a little corner of the chart to show you what I mean. Crystal clear colour chart, absolutely gorgeous. Cannot wait to start this. And it was a kit, so it's already come with all the gorgeous flosses, Tom & Lily flosses. Comes with a needle and this beautiful linen, which is just the most glorious colour. So I'm going month by month, by the way. So this is going to be probably my first start of the new year. This is going to be a January start because I've been dying to start it for so long. So number 1. I'll find somewhere to put all these when I'm done now. I'm just going to make a massive pile. There we go. So also in January, I'm planning on starting the Primrose Cottage Stitchy Quaker. I've got this in this lovely project bag that Hazel, legendary. If you've ever been to a retreat in the UK, you've probably met Hazel, absolute legend. She made this for me at Stitch in London, which was so sweet. This is the chart in question. Stitching Quaker. Again, this is one that I've really struggled to hold off stitching. I've wanted it ever since it first came out. You guys know I love the Quakers. Anyone who's not familiar, I've done quite a few of the Quakers from this series in 2025, so feel free to look at my old floss tubes to see more of those. So that's the chart. I'm probably going to stitch it on this, which is a 32 count light grey even weave from Coffee Craft Fabrics. I've got my DMCs, but they're not on floss drops or anything yet, and I'm waiting on some 3810. But I do have my little floss, oops, I'm going to use this little floss holder that came in our little Stitch in London goodie bags, I believe. So yeah, that one's basically kitted up, ready to go, minus 1 thread and putting them on my floss drops and cutting the fabric down. So that's good to go for January as well. By the way, if you guys are stitching any of these yourself, please do let me know because I want to know if I'm stitching with someone else. Also, I'm going to do, it sort of upsets me and frustrates me that I never have enough time to stitch Halloween stuff. Halloween stuff really. There's a very small window where it feels appropriate to stitch Halloween. Similarly for Christmas. So what I'm planning on doing is like on the 31st of every month, or maybe like one day either side, because I like to stitch on one project for 3 nights usually. I'm going to stitch on the Halloween project, and then on the 25th, or 2 nights either side, I'm going to stitch on some Christmas projects because I've got lots and lots of Christmas projects, and if I wait till November or December every year, they're never going to be finished. So in that vein, I'm also going to start in January. First of all, let me show you the gorgeous project bag. This is a Yasmin Made with Love gorgeous cat project bag that I also got from Stitch in London. So I'm going to be starting. Where is it? Love Poppet Night Riders. This was a Halloween pattern that was out last year, and lots of people I know have stitched it, and it's just stunning. It looks quite difficult, like all that lacy moon design looks difficult for me, not generally, but for me. So I've chosen an Ada. So I've got this 20, I think this was a, yes, this was a Coffee Craft as well. This is a 16 count Ada. Gorgeous, gorgeous variegation. It's kind of a grey with a very light purple tinge, which I thought would be good for this project. And then I'm really mixing it up. I'm doing something I've not done before. And I'm going to use paint box threads. Well, I'm going to use a combination. So basically I'm going to use Pearl 8 thread. And I tested it out on this fabric, and I think I can use one strand on the 16 count, and that looks like it gives a really full coverage. So I really want to use these threads. I bought them at, I think it might have been from the Stitching Show earlier in the year, and they're so gorgeous. They are paint box threads, Pearl 8 in Colour Pack Opulence. I'll show you this amazing, amazing, amazing thread holder in a minute as well. But they're so beautiful. Look at the colours. Stunning. So mine is going to be slightly brighter than what we've got here. So I'm planning on using them to do all these houses. So as you can see, they're kind of like a subtle dark colour. So I'm going to use these instead. Could look terrible, I don't know. And then obviously I wanted it all the thickness of the thread to all be the same. So I've ordered some browns, very, very dark grey, and 3 of the light sort of white and off-white colours for the moon in Pearl 8 from DMC, just on the, they're not on a bobbin, they're kind of like on a ball, looks like yarn. So I'm hoping that they'll be the same thickness and they'll tally up well. So this one is a complete experiment for me. It could go either way, so we shall see. But the star of the show is this gorgeous thread organizer from Charlie Feathers. She just started doing these hand-painted wooden thread organizers in the autumn, and I mean literally spent there for about half an hour trying to decide which design I wanted. But I went for this one in the end because it's so sweet and autumnal and just gorgeous. And of course, had to get a needle minder as well. Look at this lovely black cat, also from Charlie Feathers. I thought, oh my God, that's absolutely perfect. So yeah, had to go with that. So this is a really exciting project for me because it could go either way. You know, it could be a disaster and I'll have to restart the whole thing, or it could work out amazingly well. So let me know in the comments what you think about that plan. But I plan, as I say, on stitching that maybe like 2 or 3 days every month, because I think it will take me up to Halloween, to be totally honest with you. So that's January, which, to be honest, 3 new starts for Jan is pretty tame compared to last year, I think. And I actually knocked one off my list already because I just didn't think I'd have time. February, first new start for February. Another beautiful, beautiful bag. This is made for me by my friend Lorna, who I've been asking to start her own shop because her bags are amazing. So maybe one day. And I mean, the bag doesn't go with what's inside, but I don't care about that. And it is, you know, I love this series, Quilted Tiny Town by Heart in Hand. I've done about 4 or 5, I think 5 of these now. And as soon as the quilted one came out, I knew I had to have it, and I knew I had to put it on my list fairly early on. So that's getting started in February. And I've got this fabric in here. Whether I'll use this, I don't know. I've just got a Zweigart 28 count in sand. So that's sort of I've shoved it in there for now, but we'll see. I might end up choosing something totally different. And I'm gonna do threads from Stash. I'm trying to stitch from Stash as much as possible this year. Not sure when I'm putting this video out, in 2026. Yeah, I'm trying to do as much as possible. So we shall see how I get on with that. But yeah, I've got lots and lots of thread because I was in the thread club for Cottage Garden Threads. I'm in the thread club still for Weeks Dye Works. I should have enough thread now to kit things up. So that's the plan anyway. We shall see. Also in February, I want to start this guy. It's just one more episode, and other lies I tell myself, from Paola Pantini. Again, I've had this one in my stash for a while. I love it because that's me late at night binging something on Netflix. This little bit here says, are you still watching? Yes, no, which is kind of a Netflix thing. It's just so me. I love it. So yeah, I had to put that into this year's rotation. The fabric I've put in here for this is this gorgeous, you guys who watched my Flossmas will have seen this already, this beautiful variegated pinky bluey grey from 32 count from Coffee Craft, and it's gorgeous. So I think that might work. I'm probably going to change the thread colours up anyway. So again, that's the fabric I've got in here for now. Nothing set in stone. We'll see whether I actually use that one. So that's February. March is, well, I'll tell you what, I'll show, this is something I'm going to do all throughout the year, so I will show them all, I think, at this point. So another gorgeous project bag. This is an autumnal one that I got from Stitch in London, and that's from Nessie's Craft Room. Their bags are just amazing. Right, and I'll show you what I plan on having as my seasonal stitches for this year. So last year I did the Quakers, like I mentioned, and I did every one except I didn't do summer. I still need to put that, that's on this box, that's in this book, but I hadn't brought it out, so I still need to do that this summer. So I like to have a seasonal stitch. And yeah, so this is what I'm planning on doing as my little seasonal stitch for this year. So it's the Heart in Hand Doodles series, fairly not old, but like not new, so they should be quite readily available. Obviously I'm going to start with the spring one, which is Bloom, and I've got some of the called for Classic Colourworks already. I basically got the 3 pinks, which are sort of the dominant colours in there, and then all the others I'm going to choose from stash. So that's I'm going to start that one in March. I might as well just show you all of these together. Then I'm going to start the... Did I not put them on here? I thought I had. Anyway, so, oh yes, I have. In May, I'm going to start the summer one, which is called Grow. They're so beautiful. In probably, oh no, I definitely didn't put, yes I did. Read my writing. Right, in October, I'm going to do the Gather. And the one I didn't put on, because I've left November and December blank, is Rest, which is the winter one. So I'll probably start that one in November. Again, the fabric I've put in here is Zweigart Vintage Country Mocha in 32 count, which I probably will use. I think that'll go with all of them, to be honest. But as I say, it's not cut yet, nothing's set in stone. So yeah, that's going to be my 4 seasonal ones for this year. Those back in this bag. Okay. Also in March, I'm going to start this gorgeous chart. So this is just so meaningful, this chart for me. So this is a present from my good friend Shell at Cheesecake and Cross Stitch. She bought it because she knows the significance of, well, she knew my Butterfly Stitches was my name, and I think I'd mentioned that butterflies were really significant to me. But she probably didn't know at that point how significant. And it says, the butterfly is proof that you in darkness can be transformed too. And the reason that I have Butterfly Stitches as my name, and the reason I have Butterfly Mum as my email and all this other butterfly stuff, is because I love the symbolism of butterflies, and it stems from when I had postnatal depression about 12 years ago, and subsequent mental health issues, anxiety issues I've had in years that followed. And I love the idea of a butterfly going through something, a huge transformation like postnatal depression and motherhood, and then coming out as something more beautiful the other side. But Shell didn't really know much of that when she bought this. She just knew it was because I like butterflies, and yet the words on it are so perfect. So I really wanted to start it. I didn't have time last year, so I'm making it a priority this year. So I will be starting this one. Again, I'm probably going to change the colours up a bit, like all that green is too much. I want to mix that up, maybe do something variegated or something. Might change the colour or the type of butterfly. Yeah, I'm going to mix that up a little bit. But I did get this beautiful Ada, linen, especially for it. And this is a 28 count linen, again from Coffee Craft. Most of my fabrics from Coffee Craft this year. But I love it because it's like a sky with lovely variegation. So this one I will be keeping with this, and then I'm just going to pick colours that go with it. So thank you again for Shell. Thank you again, Shell. It was so meaningful to me, and I can't wait to start that one. In April, I've got another Heart in Hands Doodles, but this is not a seasonal one. This is a maker. Again, really sweet. Gonna pick everything from stash. Might use some of that variegated pinky that I showed you for one more episode on this one as well. Yeah, it's just beautiful. So this is going to be started in April. Oh, I said that. So yeah, super cute. Also in April is one I've been dying to start again. This is probably the third one that I've had for ages. I've had it since market in January, February last 2025. So I've been dying to start this one, and I know a few others are starting it as well. And it's the Blue Flower Pigeon and Puddle. He's so cute. You know, I'm just taking out the thing. It's so gorgeous. It was a really popular one at market, I believe. He's so lovely. It's just so cute. And I did get some flosses, called for flosses. So a lot of these not require, but are better with the variegation. So like the pull and the inside of the bird and things like that. So I did get the called for, I got 4 of the called for flosses, which are Cottage Garden thread flosses. So I got Silver Birch, Murray Pine, Scandalous, which is such a good name, and Shadows. Are they actually the ones? Shadows, Scandalous, yes. So I got those ones, but then the rest of it, with the less important, this is what I tend to do with speciality floss, the less important, like the yellow or whatever, I'm just going to either get the DMC equivalents or more likely get from Stash. Fabric wise, I've chosen this gorgeous 32 count linen called Light Sanditon, which is from Swanbay, which is the lovely Marie, who runs Stitch in London, Stitches in Diamonds. And it's her gorgeous Swanbay fabric, Light Sanditon. And that's a 32 count. So a lot of these are 32 count this year, which is my sort of limit. I can stitch on 32 count quite easily, but that is definitely my limit. I can't go much higher than, I mean, these people who stitch on 40 count and no, I can't. My eyes, even, I mean, I already wear, so I wear contacts anyway. And then I boost it by putting reading glasses, just like ones I get from the chemist. And then I also have a stitching light, and without all of those things I can't even see a bloody 14 or 16 count Ada. So 32 is definitely my limit. So I'll be doing that one. Where are we? May. In May, this was also a market one, I believe. Ink Circles Forget-Me-Nots. Sweet little elephant. Don't have the floss or fabric for this one yet, so I'll have to kit that up later in the year. Heart in Hand Grow, as I already showed you. And then again, this was, I can't remember if I saw this at market. I think I saw this at market, wanted to get it, didn't get it, and then ended up getting it at oh, what's it called, the stitching show that's in London. I've forgotten what it's called. I think I got it there in the end, but it's so pretty. You can tell there's a theme with the stuff that I like, but this is a Stitcher's Quaker by Misty Purcell, Luminous Fibre Arts. I've not stitched from this designer before, but it's so gorgeous. And I thought, well, what a fabulous opportunity to use some of my Cottage Garden threads. So I'm doing something a bit random. So I've got a choice of 2 fabrics. In fact, you can help me. Right, so here is the pattern again. And I've got a choice of either Zweigart Sand again, 28 count, or another beautiful fabric that I got from Swanbay, which is 32 count linen in Heartfield Moss, which is this lovely green, bit different. But I thought, you know what, that could work, because The floss I've chosen is this highly variegated dusk from Cottage Garden Threads. So it goes all the way from like a yellow to a peach to a burgundy red and back again. I then went and bought another one because I was like, you know, because this came in my kit, in my floss club, and I was like, that probably isn't going to be enough. I'm already a little bit paranoid. It's not, even this isn't going to be enough, so I might get a third one. So yeah, I got a second one. So do we think this pattern, do we think on the green or on the sand? Let me know in the comments what you think. Have a little vote, because I really can't decide at this point. But it's going to be beautiful, and I'm starting that in May. In theory. In theory. And that's space, guys. In June, again, this was a market purchase, the Strawberry Patch. By, who is this one by? October House Fibre Arts. Really cute. Lovely little summer small. Beautiful. Again, not kitted up yet. And as I mentioned, I'm going to finish my Quakers, from my seasonal Quakers from last year, because I didn't get time to do the summer Quaker. I don't have that to show you, but I have got it kitted up already. So that will probably be started in June as well, in theory. In July, I want to start this guy. So this was one of the kits gifted to me by in the Cotton and Twine box from Historical Sampler Company, and it is the June box from 2025. It's so pretty. I don't think it's got a name, has it? Don't know, but it's so pretty. It's by Little Dove Designs. She was the guest designer for this particular month. I've already got all the threads, all the fabric, because it came as a kit, and it's just so gorgeous. There's lots of fractionals, but I think they're going to look, oh, is there lots of fractionals? Maybe I'm imagining it, but it looks gorgeous. And I think a few of my stitchy pals want to start this one as well, so I'm hoping we can do a little stitch along. If you have this and you plan on starting it in the summer, let me know. Right, August. I've got 2 sunflower patterns that I want to start in August. So this one I've had for a while. It's another Little Dove Designs, and it's Sunflower Cottage. Now, I'm not planning on doing the whole thing. I'm not going to do the house. I think I'm going to do it and have it as like a big pillow and do it from like just the sampler part, basically. I'm going to get the threads from Stash, or I think they're DMC, so I might just purchase them. And I'm going to use this fabric, which I've forgotten where on earth this came from. Don't even know what count this is. Where did this come from? Oh, I can't remember. But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I got it at one of the retreats. I think I got it from Stitch in London, actually. But it's lovely. It's got some beautiful variegation, and it looks like a 32 count linen. So that's what I'm planning, my first sunflower. And then another sunflower I'm planning to start in August is Old Barn Stitching Company. Oops. Which was given to us as part of our kit, if you like, part of our welcome gift at Big Stitch 2024. And it's this one, Sunflower Garden. Absolutely stunning. Again, I've chosen a green. It's a 28 count even weave. Thought this green was lovely. And again, I've chosen, so the 2 dominant colours, if you like, I've chosen the called for speciality. It's the Cotton Garden Threads Marigold and Oregano. And I just think they look fabulous on that green. And then the other 3-4 colours are just DMCs, and I'll just grab them from Stash. So yeah, I think that's going to be a gorgeous project. I'm excited about that one. Got to wait a while though. This is the thing, you don't have any stopping power. Okay, and then we're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. In September, again, this came from Stitch in London 2024. I bought this pattern. It's so beautiful. It's Teresa Kogat's Octobers. It's lovely, isn't it? I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. And look at the faces on those sweet scarecrows. Scarecrows, sunflowers, falling leaves. it's just perfect. Again, will need to be kitted up. So that's the only ones I've got in my book. As I say, I'm planning on doing Christmassy around the 25th of each month. I'm planning on working on some more of my Christmas charts that most of you would have already seen, because they're either whips or they are ones that I've had in advent calendars. But also I have 3 others that I plan on fitting in at some point. So first of all is the Ladybug Picnic by Hands On Design. It's so cute. I already did the bee from the first one in the season. I think that was last year or 2024. So yeah, I love this. And Shell kindly gifted me the chart. And I got some fabric now, which I think will really go. I mean, look, that's pretty spot on, right? It's 28 count even weave, again from Coffee Craft. So I want to fit that in somewhere. So maybe I'll add that to my July new starts or my June new starts, who knows. So that's one that I've sort of at the last minute decided I wanted to put in. And then there's another Teresa Kogut that I also bought at the same time, Stitch in London 2024, and it was the Seaworthy book. And there's 3 charts in here. This one is just too big. I can't face all of this. I really can't. But these 2 are beautiful. Let me show you a bigger picture. So there's the tiny little small, well, it's not that tiny, but of this little mermaid. She's lovely. And then there is the sort of medium chart, which is this one, Under the Sea. And I would love to get something out of this book started this year. I mean, there's quite a lot of stitches even on the medium size one, so we'll see. But again, if I can fit that in somewhere in the year, that would be awesome. And lastly, I don't have it to show you, but I'm planning, so regular viewers will know that I'm one of the people doing the Quack Along, working on the Quacker, and hope to get that finished in time for Big Stitch, which is in June. And once that's finished, I've made a deal with myself that I'm allowed to start another big Quaker design. And I really want to start the Cherry Magpie by Jedex Stitch. A lot of you would have seen it. I've currently got on order the Roxy Floss fabric and floss conversion for it. It was not cheap, probably the most I've ever spent on fabric and floss, but I know that Roxy Floss will always deliver. So that's going to be a new start as well, but I will show you that when that arrives. I'll show you in the Flosstube, whatever Flosstube it arrives in time for, maybe the January one, hopefully, end of Jan. I will show you then, and I'll show you the pattern as well for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's stunning, stunning. There's Cherry Magpie and then there's Blueberry Jay, and they're kind of like companion pieces, and they're beautiful, but they're huge. So I've made a deal with myself not to start it until you finish the Quacker, so hopefully I'll stick to that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I've managed that in half an hour. I'm quite impressed with myself. That's my stitchy plans. Got my stitchy journal. We'll see how well I stick to it. Anyone who's really interested, go back and watch the stitchy plans for 2025 and then check out my finishes parade and whip parade, and you'll see how far I got on some of them. Some of them I did really great, some of them not so much. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that's given you some stitchy inspiration or enabled you. If you are stitching any of these patterns, please let me know down below. I'd love to know if there's other people stitching them. If I've enabled you to go and buy any of them, please let me know. And yeah, tell me what your favourite is. Tell me what you're most interested in, either stitching or seeing me stitch in 2026. That'd be wonderful. But for now, thank you so much. I will see you next time. Happy stitching. Take care. Bye.